Hi, everyone. Good morning and welcome to our Cozy Saturday Zoom chat. My name is Kelly and I am the host of the Tutoring Tips for Teachers YouTube channel and Facebook group. And oh, we have someone else joining us, so I'm just going to let them in and we'll say hi to them. Hi, Lynn. Thanks for joining us. We're just starting our chat here. And this morning, we are going to be talking about online tutoring and 3 online tutoring myths. And we were having before we hit record, we were having a pretty interesting chat about online tutoring already, because many of the tutors with us here this morning do tutor online, which is great. And online tutoring is like, I noticed that it's sometimes presented as something that it's not, or at least in my experience, it hasn't been. So when I first started my tutoring business, I was like, yeah, I'm only going to tutor online, and I'm going to work from 9 to 5, and I'm going to work during the day, and I'm going to work with homeschool kids and kids from all around the world, and it's going to be this great, work from home job, which it is. It is a great work from home job, but the whole thing about working from during the day, that is the first myth that I want to address. And I find that I'm not the only one who has that train of thought, because I meet a lot of other tutors that are just starting out, and they in their minds think that they only want to work with people who are far away from them because they're online. So they only want to work with people who are in different time zones, or who are homeschooling, or who can work during the day, and they don't want to work after school. But when you're just starting out, especially, it's not maybe necessarily a good idea to dismiss the after school crowd, because especially if you really just need to get some students to get your business going, don't dismiss them, because they are probably going to be the bulk of your business. So that's kind of a myth, that you're just going to easily pick up students from around the world and the homeschoolers and all of that. You're just going to like join the homeschool Facebook group, and all of a sudden the homeschoolers are going to be calling you. That didn't happen for me, and it has not been my experience. And I think it's maybe it happens for some people, and good for you, but I think for most people that's not probably realistic. So, and the same thing with globally. Like, I mean, I can't just join a Facebook group for moms in like London, England, because I don't live in London, England. So I have no connection to it, right? And the whole thing about advertising in Facebook groups is that you want to connect with the people. So I'd be kind of like, they'd be like, who's this lady from Toronto joining our Facebook group just to come in here and advertise tutoring? It doesn't quite work that way. So having this notion that the students have to be far away from you is the first big myth. And it really is a myth, because I'm telling you, most of my tutoring is online, and almost all of my students live within a 5 kilometer radius of my house. One of them actually lives on my street. Like, I could walk to his house in literally under like 2 minutes, probably I would get there. But um, but I still tutor them online, and there's a lot of reasons for that. The biggest one is the convenience for the parents. Like, I'm in Toronto, it's cold. We're coming up on winter. There's snow. Every time you go outside of your house, you have to put on a coat, boots, scarf, hat. Like, who wants to do that, right? Whereas if you're just tutoring online, it's easy for the parents to just boom, log in, and away we go. That's one reason. But the other reason too is that um, I find that I can tutor in many ways more effectively online than I necessarily can in person. And I definitely can tutor more effectively online than I would be able to do at the student's house. So if I physically went to their house and tutored there, and I know a lot of tutors still do this and they enjoy it, and good for you if that's your thing and it's working for you, then by all means do it. But for me, that would not work with the type of tutoring I do and the type of program that I do. I need to be able to control my environment and control my transition times, and all of this stuff has to be really tight. And I wouldn't be able to do that in the student's house, because because that's their environment, right? And I can't control it. Maybe there's going to be like some siblings fighting in the background, a dog's barking over here, mom and dad are cooking dinner, and I can't for the type of tutoring I do, that just would not work. So it's more effective for me to tutor those students, even though I could walk to most of my students' house. Literally, I could walk there. It's more effective for me to tutor them online, and they are getting so much more out of the experience than they would be if I went to their house and tutored them in person. So that's a long ramble about Miss Number One. Yes, Millie.
I was saying the another advantage of being online, I find that before I have the students, you know how you kind of make a little lesson plan. I already have pulled up the Google, the IXL, the Read Theory. So depending on which way the student goes, bam, you got it there, you got it there, you got it there. If you're in their house, you're bringing stuff, and they might need help with something that you didn't bring.
Yes. Yeah.
So, you know, the advantage of being online is you can flip just a click away and go wherever. Like, you know, if you're exposing them to uh, um a cage, and they're like a cave, and they're like, a cave, what's a cave? Like, I don't understand what a cave is. Bam, here's a picture. Bam, this is what it looks like. Bam, there's a video. And that way it seems more fulfilling to me. I can better target what their specific needs is, because a simple reading will come across a word, evacuate, what does that mean? Oh, well, let's look and let's give an example, and you know, things like that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yes, Pete, are you thinking the same thing?
Yeah, that, and also with tutoring online, you could have the world's greatest lesson plan, you know, filled out for this student. You meet with them, and you're like, okay, well, this we're going to go into A, B, and C. Oh no, I need help with D. And
Yeah.
it's so easy just to, okay, give me 1 second and look up what they're going through, and you're there.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. The whole world is at your fingertips. Like that you're on the internet, right? It's all right there. So absolutely, you can bring out anything you need so easily if you need something on the fly last minute. Absolutely, and you can do. For me, I have my whole lesson in Google Slides, so that's how I do it, and that's how I can. And because I'm working with little kids, that's how I can easily transition from one lesson to the next, and how I can easily break the lesson up so it's not like just doing a lot of like super heavy challenging stuff. It can go fast from challenging to fun, and it can just be broken up so easily. So that's a really good point. There's just so many. This is a whole other video about online tutoring, the advantages of it, but my point with for myth number one is that the students don't have to be far from you. They can be close to you. They can live on your street. They can live like right behind your house. It doesn't matter. The students don't have to be far. So that's myth number one. And feel free to advertise to your local community, because there are still people in your local community who will tutor online with you, even though they live close to you. So that's myth number one. And myth number two is that you can only do online or in person. It's like it has to be one or the other. No, it doesn't have to be one or the other. I do both. I know, Millie, you're doing both too, right? So it's you can do both. Absolutely. You can do as much, you can do more online and less in person, do more in person and less online. I know tutors that do that too, but it doesn't have to be one or the other. You can tutor both online and in person. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed, you're absolutely allowed to do that. It's your business, so you can do it however you want. And myth number three is that online tutoring is somehow less valuable than in-person tutoring. And I think the conversation we just had about myth number one will prove that that is wrong. Online tutoring is in many ways more valuable because you can deliver so much more in your lesson. You have so much right at your fingertips. You can plan your lesson so tightly and so nicely so that it just flows. You have all these tools like Google Classroom, like Koala Go, like IXL, like, we can go on and on and on, education.com. There's so many tools that you have right at your fingertips that you can just bring out whenever you want during the lesson. So you're actually providing, in many ways, I don't say more value, because I know there's people that tutor in person that would disagree with that, but at least the same. And a different type of value. So it's certainly not less valuable. Yes, Millie.
A lot what parents tell me, they really don't think the kids are going to connect because they're not right next to you. So that to me is part of that myth too. Like, they're not really going to connect. I don't know, and honestly, they connect online all the time. That's the era we're in. So the parents got to get used to that thought process, because the kids, they get on no problem.
Yeah, that's true. And I think, and you were saying that you offer them a free, like a free trial, a free lesson to see
Mm-hmm.
what it's like. Yeah, so the
Mm-hmm.
parents can see that they connect. I do something similar. I offer them a free assessment so the parents can see that, yes, you can connect online. So sometimes you have to demonstrate that to the parents for sure. But as a tutor, don't think as a tutor in your mind that online tutoring is less valuable, because I know there's tutors charging less for online tutoring. Don't, because it's not less valuable, and you're still putting the same amount of time into it that you would in person. Aside from the fact that you don't have to commute anywhere, but that's, aside the point. You're still putting your expertise, your time, your resources, your knowledge, and your, unique value into it. So don't charge less for online tutoring, because it's definitely every bit as valuable as in-person tutoring. And that's myth number 3. So to recap, myth number 1, the students do not have to live far away from you. You can tutor anyone online. And I should just say, as a side to this, when I first started out, I was tutoring my daughter, and she was in her room and I'd be like in the kitchen. So I can tutor anyone, even in the same house. They can live anywhere. They don't have to live far away from you. You can tutor anyone anywhere online. That's myth number 1. Myth number 2 is that you can only do online or you can only do in person. No, you can do both. You can do it however you want, because it's your business. And myth number 3 is that online tutoring is less valuable than in-person tutoring. It's not. It's just every bit as valuable as in-person tutoring. So make sure you reflect that in your price. Those are the 3 myths of online tutoring. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, Millie and Pete, for joining me today. And you're both online tutors as well, which is great, and providing your insight into this. I really appreciate it. And if you like this video and you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe for more tutoring tips, and join us next Saturday for our next Cozy Zoom chat. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Bye.